Hello everybody, thank you for joining us at this event this evening. My name is Louise Shaw and I work for Go for Growth, and I'm really pleased to take you through the session today and learn about Go for Growth, as we're currently focusing on supporting North Yorkshire providers with this procurement project. So the first thing to mention is if you're an SME, a small medium enterprise, a VCSE, a voluntary community and social enterprise, or if you're simply exploring how to do more work within the public sector, then this short session is designed to give you some clear, practical insights. Right, so let's start with a quick introduction and have a look at the agenda for today. I'll be highlighting the work of Go for Growth and the ways the programme helps providers develop their capability and confidence when working within the public sector. So today we'll cover an introduction to the Go for Growth programme, how the programme works, the support that's available and how to access it. We'll go through some bid tips and common pitfalls, and finally, how you can get in touch or access further support. So let's get started. Go for Growth is a social enterprise programme designed specifically to connect SMEs and VCSEs with public sector opportunities. We know that many providers want to work with local authorities or public sector bodies, but they find the process really complicated, unclear, and hard to navigate. The Go for Growth programme aims to change all of that. We actively help providers build the 3 key ingredients for sustainable growth in public sector work: capability, capacity and confidence. The team also uses research and market engagement to gather evidence about what is working and where the barriers are, so that improvements can be made for both sides, both buyers and suppliers. So what does that actually look like? Well, the support covers everything from understanding the public sector procurement process right through to knowing how to find the opportunities and how to navigate the various tender portals. You can also get guidance on policy, compliance requirements, and the essentials needed for funding applications, including grants and contracts. There's support on reducing carbon and improving environmental outcomes, as well as understanding how to deliver social value within your bids. And importantly, Go for Growth also offers support for providers who have been unsuccessful in bids, so we help you understand what can be improved for next time. So how does Go for Growth do this support? Well, in terms of how the support is delivered, the programme is deliberately flexible and provider-led. You can access personalised one-to-one coaching, you can attend events and training sessions, or you can follow our online courses at your own pace. There's also a self-service platform that helps you understand, as a provider, where your gaps are and how you can address them. And it's also important to highlight that all of this support is completely free of charge to providers. This is because we are fully funded by the public sector. So let's move on to a really valuable part of today's session: bid tips and some of the most common pitfalls that prevent an otherwise strong provider from scoring well. At Go for Growth, we recommend when submitting a bid for public sector procurement to read all of the documents carefully. Make a note of key dates. So before writing anything, take the time to read all of the tender documents thoroughly, including the specification, the instructions, the evaluation criteria and any appendices. Make sure to highlight any mandatory requirements and identify the deliverables. Note down every key date, so the submission deadline, the clarification cut-off, site visits and contract start dates. Missing a requirement or misreading a timeline is one of the most common reasons that bids fail. Ensure all required documentation is uploaded with your bid submission. So if there isn't a checklist within the ITT, the Invitation to Tender Pack, then create a checklist and confirm that every requested document is included, such as policies, certificates, method statements, pricing schedules, and any templates that the authority provides. Public sector portals are pretty strict, as every purchase must be fair and transparent and done through the correct process, So if something is missing, the bid may be marked as non-compliant and rejected automatically. Ask any questions you have as early as possible through the clarification process. If anything is unclear, ask a clarification question as early as possible. Don't make assumptions and don't wait till the last minute, because clarifications help ensure that you fully understand what you're being asked, you don't misinterpret any requirements, and you avoid offering something that isn't aligned to the specification. There's no penalty for asking questions, only for not asking when you should have. Have you uploaded everything needed for the submission? And have you answered the question? So 2 simple checks can prevent poor scores. Number 1, have I uploaded every required document? And number 2, have I answered exactly what the question has asked? So you must stay tightly focused on the wording of the question and the scoring criteria. Avoid drifting into general company descriptions if they're not relevant. And caveating. Avoid phrases like subject to contract, depending on the availability, or we would aim to, because public sector bids require firm commitments. Caveats can be penalised or deemed non-compliant. If you need to ask questions, you ask them in the clarification period. Reusing previous bids. Recycling content is absolutely fine, but only if it has been fully adapted. So common issues that we see include referencing the wrong organisation, describing any services that didn't ask for, and missing requirements that are unique to this tender. So by all means, recycle the content, but make sure that every answer feels bespoke. Lack of evidence. Public sector scoring is always evidence-based. So instead of saying, we provide excellent customer service, you must demonstrate it. Demonstrate it through KPIs, case studies, outcomes, statistics, and accreditations. You must show, not just tell. Explain why, what, and how within all of your answers. Awareness of word, page count. So going over limits can lead to content being ignored or marks being deducted. For example, if the word count is 1,000 and you write 1,500, then 1/3 of your input will not be evaluated. Going under can signal a lack of detail. So for instance, if the word count states 1,000 and you only write 250 words, this can also affect your scoring. So you aim for high quality, concise, complete answers within the limits. Assumptions. So you must never assume. If something isn't stated explicitly, ask through clarifications or explain your interpretation very clearly in your answer. Assumptions can lead to non-compliance or misalignment with the requirement. Even if you have worked with the buyer in the past, you never assume that they know all about your organisation. And finally, check compliance line by line against the specification. Many bids fail not because they're poor quality, but because they don't address mandatory requirements. So if something is mandatory, just demonstrate exactly how you can meet it. So to summarise, read everything carefully, ask early questions, meet all mandatory requirements, tailor your responses, and support claims with evidence. Avoid assumptions, avoid caveats, and always check that you've answered the question and uploaded everything that's needed. Getting these fundamentals right will significantly strengthen any public sector bid. So if you'd like further support, Go4Growth makes it really easy to get in touch. You can email the team at support@go4growth.co.uk or use the bookable calendar to arrange a session at a time that suits you. You can also access upcoming webinars, events and workshops and follow the programme on LinkedIn or Facebook to stay up to date with the new resources and opportunities. There's also lots of advice and guidance on our YouTube channel, where we do some useful lunch and learn short sessions around all kinds of guidance for bidders. I'll just pause for a moment if anybody wants to take a note of the details on the screen for any further use. I'm back. So just a big thank you for me for joining this session. I really hope it's given you a clear understanding of the support that's available and some practical tips for strengthening your public sector bids. If you need any help at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Go for Growth is here to help providers grow, improve and succeed. And remember, the service we offer is completely free of charge. Thanks again and enjoy the rest of the session.